Hey guys, it's Sekaar, and today we're going to be going over my Nightblade build for the Firesong chapter. So before we get started, if you guys aren't subs to the channel, please do so. We are trying to get to 3,500 subs by the end of the year, and I know that's a lot to ask for. We're pretty far away, but hey, look, if there's anybody that's not subbed and wants to do so, it would really help me out. It's free, and it's the best way to support any channel. So guys, I really like this build. It's a little bit different than your average Nightblade build, but it also feels kind of the same. So it gives that elements of similarity, but it's also something new. So I thought it was worth posting. I really did enjoy playing this the last few days, and I really feel like it is a build worthy of putting on the channel and really showing you guys. So guys, without further ado, let's get on with the video. All right, guys, let's get started. First things first, we're going to look at our character sheet. We're going to pick Khajiit on our Nightblade. Khajiit is the best race for any kind of Nightblade right now, in my opinion. The crit that you get on these Nightblades are actually so good, and Khajiit is the best way to buff your critical damage. So in this case, we are definitely going to be a Khajiit on this. I really don't see there being any other race to choose, so definitely go with this. Our attributes are going to break down with 34 points into magic, 15 points into health, and 15 points into stamina. It's going to give us a 24.8k max magic pool, 31.3k max health pool, and an 18.1k max stam pool. I think all of those are extremely healthy, and I'm really happy with the way that the attributes are distributed. I feel like it's very, very even, and I really do like it a lot. Our Mundus on this is going to be the Shadow, so that is going to increase our critical damage and healing by 14%. Again, it is the best one for our critical damage. We're building a lot into that on this build, so it is a lot of fun to use this. I've been hitting really hard because of the Shadow Mundus alone. As always, we're using Orzoga's Smoked Bear Haunch as our food. It's going to increase our max health by 4,300 and our stamina and magic recovery by 369 for 2 hours. And we're also going to be Vampire Stage 3. This is going to give us the Undeath passive that comes with Vampire Stage 3, which is the lower health you have, the less damage you take, and that really helps you from being executed too early on, and it really helps your tankiness at lower health. Our gear is going to break down like this. Our helmet is going to be a heavy reinforced Balrog's helmet, and this is only going to be the one piece. And the reason why we're using Balrog is it's going to give you that extra line of weapon and spell damage. I was testing out a lot of different things, and personally, I like the way Balrog feels the most because it gives you that extra little bit of damage. If you want to build tankier, use Chudan. If you want more recovery, use Magma Incarnate. Or if you want to use more crit, use Slime Craw. But personally, I like building into weapon and spell damage because it's also helping your healing as well. Our shoulder, which is our mythic on this build, is going to be Morva's Whispers. This is going to be a newer mythic that came out with High Isle. I really like this one. It's been a lot of fun to be able to just build into crit. It's been something nice and different, and I really like it. So what the one piece does for this is you gain up to 1,528 critical chance, 10% increases inspiration, alliance rank, alliance skill, and 15% monster, whatever. Honestly, that part doesn't matter. What I care about is the critical chance, and it is for how many books of Shalador's library you have collected. And honestly, I haven't collected them all yet on this character because it's character bound, but I feel like 1,451 critical chance that I have on this compared to the 1,528 is really not that much of a difference. Obviously, I want to get it up as much as possible, but for now, I feel like it's really good. And honestly, the critical from this really feels nice. I think it's just so much fun just to be able to use something like this. It's been such a blast. It's really just a nice change from just the meta that's been going on right now. Our chest piece is going to be a Curious of the Trainee in Reinforced with a Prismatic enchant on it. And before we go even farther, all of our body pieces are going to have prismatics on them, as you can tell. So again, heavy trainee chest in Reinforced. Our belt is going to be a medium trainee in Divines. So we have 2 extra slots on this build. I prefer to do trainee because you get that extra bit of max health and max magic. I feel like it pads your stats a lot and it really helps out. You can use another 2-piece if you want to switch around the jewelry, if you want to use something like Potentates to lower your damage taken from players. But personally, I think trainee is the best 2-piece that you can ask for right now. Our feet are going to be medium boots of Order's Wrath in Divines. Order's Wrath is going to be our front bar set on this, and this is going to give you crit chance, weapon spell damage, crit chance, another line of crit chance, which is even more than the other ones. And then the other 5-piece is increases your critical damage and critical healing by 8%. So again, we are boosting our critical damage up as high as possible between Khajiit, Shadow Mundus, Order's Wrath. We are getting a lot of critical damage on this, and I really like it. Our legs are going to be heavy Order's Wrath in Reinforced, and then our hands are going to be medium Order's Wrath in Divines. And then our jewelry is all going to be Rallying Cry in Bloodthirsty traits with a all weapon damage enchant on it as well. Rallying Cry is going to be our back bar set on this, and what that does is another line of crit chance, max magic, 4 pieces crit chance, and then 5-piece is while Battle Spirit is active. So when you're in Cyrodiil, Imperial City, Battlegrounds, or in a duel, you critically healing yourself or an ally is going to give you 300 weapon and spell damage, and then also 1650 critical resistance for 20 seconds. Then also that buff reapplies whenever you like critically heal yourself. So I really like this a lot. It's been one of the staples and one of the best sets in the game right now. That is the reason why we're going all Divines on our not heavy pieces, because with Rallying Cry, we get 1650 critical resistance. We don't need any more impen on the body, so go Divines, really build into that damage with the Shadow Mundus. That way, we can just really increase that, and again, that increases our damage and then also our tankiness too, getting our crit resist up. So I really like Rallying Cry on this build. It's been one of the best sets in the game, and it's for a good reason. Our weapons are going to be both one-handed maces of Order's Wrath, and the main hand is going to be Nirnhoned. The offhand is going to be Sharpened. I was debating between whether using axes or maces on this, but I felt like our crit was high enough as it was, so I just went with maces to get our pen up as high as possible. Our pen on this build is 9,500, so personally I really like it. Wait, did that change halfway through? That's weird. That's weird. But anyway, yeah, so 9,500 pen, and then between all that critical, not even buffed up, our weapon critical is 48.2, so honestly that's really a lot. I like that. And then our back bar weapon, sorry, I got distracted. Our back bar weapon is going to be Rallying Cry Ice Staff in defending. The reason why we're using Ice Staff is because Ice Staff was changed a little bit ago so that it gives you resistances. And then also on top of that, defending gives you resistances as well. So it just makes you as tanky as possible on your back bar. Our skills are going to break down like this. We're going to be using Concealed Weapon as our main spammable. This ability is so stacked. It does so many things at once. It is amazing for your damage. It is a great spammable. When you leave Sneak, Invisibility, or Major Expedition ends while in combat, your damage done is increased by 10% for 5 seconds, which is going to be buffed by a few of our abilities. So again, that's going to give us more damage. Then also, while slotted, you gain Minor Expedition. So on our front bar, we're going to be 15% faster than normal. Camo Hunter is going to be our second ability on our front bar. This is basically just to give us Major Savagery, increasing our weapon crit by 2,600. And then also Power Extraction is going to be our third skill. When you hit an enemy with this, you gain Major Brutality and Sorcery, and also Minor Courage. So it's going to increase your weapon and spell damage by 20%, and also 215 for 30 seconds. And then also, what's really nice too, is enemies hit with this also get Minor Cowardice, which is going to reduce their weapon and spell damage by 215. So that's really nice. And also, it's a really nice ability to use when you're fighting somebody that's just roll dodge spamming. It's really good damage, and it's really good to keep the pressure on when somebody's kind of panicking and roll dodging all around. Killer's Blade, this is going to be our execute on this build. Don't really use this ability until they're at low health, but once they are at low health, at about like 30% or lower, use this, finish that kill off, easy. Merciless Resolve, use the magic morph of this because it hits harder, gives you more heals back. Every 5 light attacks, you get a Merciless Resolve proc, and honestly, this hits like an absolute truck. I've hit upwards of 20k Merciless Resolve procs on people, and it is just so unbelievably funny to see somebody go from full health to low in 0.2 seconds. I have Soul Tether on this because I was in a 2-man group earlier playing with this, but honestly, if you're in a group situation, use Soul Tether. But if you're solo, use Incapacitating Strike. Being able to combo your Incapacitating Strike and bow combo is honestly so much unbelievable damage that anybody that really doesn't know what they're doing is going to be two-shot by the 1-2 combo, and it's just really satisfying. Incap is a very cheap ultimate, and since we don't have the 2-piece of Battle Orgs up, we really don't need to worry about needing to save our ult for higher numbers. We could kind of just spam that on cooldown, and honestly, I really like it so much. Our back bar skills are going to be siphoning attacks. This is going to be the magic morph of this. So while this is active, it's going to give your light and heavy attacks heals for you. So if you light attack, you're going to gain 2,000 health back, but it's a stack skill. Sorry, I wasn't really reading it in particular, but whenever you basically light attack or heavy attack, you're going to get health back, and you're also going to get magic back every time. So it is a great way to keep your heals up because you're always light attack weaving, and then on top of that, you're also getting resources back. So personally, I really like siphoning attacks. It's a great way for your magic sustain to stay up. I really like it. Phantasmal Escape. This is your source of major evasion, so it's going to reduce your damage taken from AoE attacks by 20%. And on top of that, it's going to be your snare removal. So it's going to get rid of all snares and keep you immune to them for 4 seconds. And on top of that, Nightblade skills are pretty stacked. While active, taking direct damage reduces the cost of your next roll dodge by 10%, up to a maximum of 100%. So basically, if you're in combat and if you're getting hit, every time you take direct damage, it's going to go up 10%, 10%, 10%. And after about, 5 seconds, if you're just constantly getting hit, you get a free roll dodge, which is actually insane and so much mitigation alone, and it's so good for your sustain. I really like this ability a lot. Resolving Vigor, at this point, everybody knows this ability. This is your main heal over time, and then on top of that, you're going to be getting Minor Resolve, increasing your physical and spell resistance by 3k for 20 seconds. Refreshing Path, this is going to be your source of Major Expedition. So you're going to be in here, you're in Major Expedition, it ticks every second, and then that's going to proc your concealed weapon, increasing your damage done by 10%. So perfect. So Refreshing Path, this is going to be your source of Major Expedition, Minor Endurance, and Minor Intellect, increasing your movement speed by 30%, your stamina and magic recovery by 15% as well. So I love that so much, that it is so stacked, that skill, and it really helps your sustain by keeping this active, and it just helps your damage as well. And also it heals you every second that you're in the area too. And then Healthy Offering is our burst heal. This heal hits so hard. The tooltip alone is 13k, and that's without us even buffed, increasing our weapon damage at all. And then on top of that, you also get Minor Mending after casting this, increasing your healing done by 8% for 10 seconds. So if you hit that, your Resolving Vigor ticks and your Refreshing Path ticks are going to be a lot juicier. Then also, we're going to be using Temporal Guard on our back bar so that we get that minor protection and we're even tankier back there. And then finally, last but not least, our champion points, our blue slottables are going to be Fighting Finesse, Master at Arms, Focus Mending, and Ironclad. Our red slottables are Pain's Refuge, Sustained by Suffering, Celerity, Survival Instincts. Then our green slottables, the only thing that really matter are Rationer, Liquid Efficiency, and Breakfall. Alright guys, that is the entire video. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're really doing a lot this month in December. I'm going to be trying to post as many videos as possible. So if you guys want, please subscribe to the channel. I really want to get to 3,500 subs by the end of the year. And we are a little over 200 away. So any extra subs help me so much, and it really helps support me. We're going to be doing a giveaway if we do get to 3,500 once the new year starts. So anybody that is on PCNA, once we get to that point, I will do a 5 mil gold giveaway. So if you guys want to participate, let me know. Comment, let me know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do so to help fund that goal. So guys, that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys on the next video. Later.